Hi, my name's Steve Barrett. I'm the Editor-in-Chief of PRWeek. Delighted to be here with John Ellett, who is the CEO of nFusion, but mainly for the purposes of today, the author of a book called the CMO Manifesto. John, welcome.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, all the disciplines are merging. Marketing, media, PR, communications, they're all merging on the same space. And we've seen a big trend at PRWeek towards departments merging. So either the communications department taking over the lead role, or more commonly, actually, communications and marketing being merged together, and then the chief marketing officer looking over communications. What did you find from your book, the CMO Manifesto, about the different types of model that are increasingly coming in, and how does that fit in with the trends these days to modern marketing?
Well, I believe that the organizational responses in reaction to the way customers are making decisions today, and the whole decision model is much more organic across multiple touch points than it ever was before. And so organizations need to figure out how to bring those pieces together to have a more coherent way of interacting with their customers. The different organizational models that I found through the research identified really three different types of CMOs. One that is responsible for the kind of corporate communications responsibilities, and the marketing activities tend to happen at the division or business unit level. And the centralized corporate communications plays that overriding set of responsibilities. The second is when the communications and marketing activities and the business units really roll up into a centralized function. And that happens in a lot of B2B companies or smaller consumer marketer organizations, where the brand marketing and business unit demand generation functions all kind of wrap together. And so having advertising and PR and direct marketing and interactive all kind of come together is a very logical organizational model. And then the third and the most progressive type of CMO is the one who's then also responsible for the innovation for the company. And that, in a restaurant example, the chief of culinary innovation would roll up under the marketing organization, so that full customer experience is being planned through that marketing organization CMO.
So what are the implications? We're always told that the tenure of a CMO, the average tenure, is something like 18 months, 2 years. Firstly, is that really true, or is that one of those received facts that becomes wisdom? And secondly, what are the implications of that when such an important suite of services are kind of under that person?
Surprisingly, the tenure has grown over the last couple of years. The latest study that came out from Spencer Stewart has it up in the 45-month range, I believe, almost 4 years, which is a little bit surprising. I think it's happened for a couple of reasons. One, people are starting to figure out what a CMO is. And for many years, it's the most nebulous position in the C-suite. And the expectations of that role from company to company are so much different. And there's starting to be some common understanding of what a CMO can be and should be, and therefore what they should be accountable for and realistically be expected to deliver. And so now that the company's expectations are getting aligned, I think it's easier to find somebody that can fulfill those, and the opportunity for being aligned for a little longer term is working out. I think the other piece, though, and this is the kind of post-2008 reason, is companies have spent the last several years trimming their costs to get the bottom line to improve. Well, all that fat's gone. All the trimming has been done, and the only way to grow the bottom line is now to grow the top line. So all of a sudden, the economic conditions and the business conditions are starting to look at marketing to drive demand and growth for the company, and that puts the CMO clearly in the hot
key position. Yeah. So that's got to be a positive development, seeing the tenure increase like that. And finally, from the manifesto, what were the other things that you're seeing on the agenda for CMOs, especially in terms of communications, but generally as well?
I think there's a couple overriding things that are going on for the CMO. One, and I think the key finding that I got out of the research, is the CMO is the marketing change agent for the company. And the better they can understand the expectations for the nature of the change that they're trying to lead, the pace of change that they're trying to lead, the more successful they're going to be. The ones that come in with their own agenda and having all the answers figured out from the day they walk in the door generally don't succeed. The ones that take the time to realize that change happens by building alliances, by getting customer insights, and really driving strategy based on how to get the whole company to move forward together are the ones that are most successful. The other is this sense of accountability. The pressure on the CMO to drive business results is increasingly high. And they certainly have to develop good relationships with their CFO along the way. But that sense of accountability, I think, is a driving force for a lot of the way they're making decisions these days. And then the last piece is this growing recognition that the customer decision journey is different than it was 3 years ago. And this centralized command and control approach to marketing, where the brain decides what to do and then talks out, is starting to shift to a customer-in focus. And how do you build the organizational model to do that? How do you build the strategy and the planning processes to do that? What are the new metrics that are needed to evaluate marketing under those conditions? And then importantly, what are the technology systems required to actually engage with customers the way they are in this digitally enabled, socially connected world that the consumers are in today?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the big themes that we've been covering in PR Week. So check out the book, CMO Manifesto. It's a good read. And John, thanks for joining us.
I appreciate being here.